Hi, I'm a tutor of Uplatz, and today we would be talking about SAP FICO or the introduction part. So let's start at the beginning introduction of SAP. So if you're facing any issues with the subject or anything related to documents, you can just contact us on the provided website and email us at info@ublast.com and the phone number given, which you can contact us at any time. So let's see what is SAP FICO. Why SAP FICO is in demand, and what are the basic requirements of an SAP software. Let's see the introduction of SAP and ERP. Before that, let us have the agenda of ERP. So basically, SAP stands for System, Applications, Products in Data Processing. And it was actually introduced in the year 1972 by 5 IBM employees who founded SAP software in Germany. And these are the 5 IBM engineers who started SAP: Wellenruther, Klaus Wellenruther, Werner Hector, Hasso Plattner, Dietmar Hopp, and Klaus Tischer. They are the 5 IBM engineers who started SAP in 1972. SAP system includes various integrated modules. Yes, it has got various modules which covers almost all the features of the business administration or management. Every business, whoever requires the proper modules or proper integrating, that is satisfied in SAP. In other words, I can tell you in a better words that what all the features and a perfect system or a perfect implementation system should have, that SAP consists of. And it is the most important and most of the core standard ERP system compared to Oracle. So it is one of the core ERP system when compared to Oracle, Siebel, JD Words, BAN, and all. Since 2010, SAP has more than 1,440,000 installations globally, over 25 industry-specific business solutions, and more than 125,000 customers in 180 countries till now. So you can see here, for example, I have given like SAP, Oracle, PeopleSoft, BAN, Siebel, JDF. These are all the different types of ERPs available presently, and among them, SAP stands first. Before we enter into SAP in depth, let us see what is an ERP, because understanding SAP is very simple when you get to know what is ERP in depth. Now let's see what's an ERP. ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning, and it is a wide system which integrates the business functions and processes of an organization. As I said, ERP itself is like a ocean, like where it consists of different modules, and each module is integrated. Here the meaning of integration is showing relationship between two different modules or two different departments of an organization, or nothing but of a business functions. And integration of business functions into one seamless application. Yes, once we come into software application, once we start doing software application, we will be better seeing that how it is a seamless application. In one application or in one software under one roof, all the different departments are integrated. So everyone works under one roof, wherein everyone access into one seamless application, where all the business functions also will be in one application. Then it is a system of grouping of software. Yes, putting all the limited or the small tiny softwares into one system is ERP. It replaces countless departmental and work group information systems. Countless departmental, yes, there's no counting in departments of SAP. We have numerous departments. We can go to the I can say infinity. Like it is an SAP is in client specified, client customized software. So there's no limited departments in SAP. We have a countless departments, and as we talk about MIS, Management Information System, in SAP we have a concept called Work Group Information Systems, that is in ERP. So any ERP, it replaces all the different types of work group information systems into one, like an MIS. Next, how SAP links different business processes and maintains audit trail. Yes, as it has a wide integrated system, all the departments in SAP will be integrated into one business process, and therefore the audit trail is very much minimized. And an ERP system software helps and adjusts entire project value chain. Yes. Whenever a company or whenever any organization starts or implements ERP system, it takes together the entire project value and simplifies its critical processes efficiently and effectively. Yes, whatever the processes we have presently in ERP system, it can be a critical process also. It produces efficiently and effectively, and end of the day it enhances the productivity as well as the profitability. Presently, SAP ERP is a powerful system. Yes, this is a very known fact that SAP booms the world right now. It is one of the powerful ERP system which we have it. So let's see what are the modules available in SAP right now. So basically, SAP is System, Applications and Products, and this has been divided into three different modules, that is Systems, Applications, Products. Systems is basically divided into technical, applications again technical and functional, products techno-functional. Coming to technical modules, we have a module called Basis. Basis is Business Administrative System Integrated Solutions. Coming to applications, we have a module called ABAP. ABAP is Advanced Business Application Programming. In functional module, we have FICO, HR, SD, MM, PP. FICO is Finance and Controlling, HR, Human Resource Management, SD, Sales and Distribution, MM, Materials Management, PP, Production Planning. We will be seeing what are the roles and responsibilities of these functional or technical consultants in the later sessions. Now let's talk about techno-function modules. As the name itself says, techno-functional. That means these are the combination of technical and functional module in SAP. Now the techno-functional modules are BO, BI, BW, HCM, SCM, APO, CRM. BO is Business Objects, Business Intelligence, Business Warehouse, Human Capital Management, Supply Chain Management, Advanced Plan Optimizer, Customer Relationship Management. So I can say a fresher in SAP directly may not be able to learn techno-functional modules because it requires some basic knowledge in SAP prior. For that, for example, if you want to learn BO, BI, BW, first we have to have a good sort of knowledge or the basic sort of knowledge either in basis or ABAP. Like that, if we want to get into HCM of techno-functional module, we should have a prior knowledge of HR module in SAP. Then again comes SCM, Supply Chain Management. If we want to learn SCM, first of all, we should have a good sort of knowledge of MM, Materials Management. Then FICO, again APO, Advanced Plant Optimizer, SD, CRM, so Customer Relationship Management. In a simple words, I can tell you the extension of the basic modules in SAP are nothing but the techno-functional modules. Now first, when we have learned about SAP ERP, let's see why SAP. So why there is a need of SAP to a student, to a beginner or an employer. So any beginner who wants to make a career in SAP will be keen to know about the ERP, and the most striking question would be, what is ERP? Right. For example, as a fresher, if you want to learn SAP and want to make up a career in SAP, before we get into SAP, first of all, we should know what is this ERP system and how exactly this SAP is integrated with this ERP system and what is the need of it. Let's understand this ERP system with a small example or scenario. Let's see that. A customer wants to purchase a particular product of an enterprise. Thus, he contacts the sales department for the product. So when he is in requirement of a product, he usually contacts the sales department, right? Now, then sales team links the inventory team to check the product availability. Yes, when the sales team links actually when a sales department have got a call regarding the product, it obviously have to link the inventory team because they may not have a complete data of that product. So when they link the inventory team to check the product availability, unfortunately the product is unavailable and the enterprise has lost the sale. I'm sorry. Yes, because both the departments may not have a particular data availability. So they might give the information or they might give the output that the product is not available. So here the enterprise might lose the sale because it doesn't have any particular or proper ERP system. That particular enterprise does not possess any particular ERP system. But in order to avoid the hassle, like in order to lose our sales, what we can do is that most of the enterprises are using ERP software nowadays. So in order to avoid this issue, most of the companies are presently working with ERP software. So let us see what is this ERP software. An enterprise is classified as centralized and decentralized system as per the requirements. So when any company works with an ERP system, so under one application, they'll be having purchase department, HR and payroll departments, field service, procurement, supply chain management, manufacturing, finance, sales, etc. under one roof. Now let's see what is a decentralized system, because every enterprise has got these features. Is it a decentralized or centralized? So let us look upon decentralized system. What exactly is decentralized system? Most of the companies with a decentralized system experiences issues as the data is maintained locally at the specific departments, and the other departments may not be able to access the information and data from other sections. Yes, when a company works with a decentralized system, these issues may happen, like we have seen in our example. Like for example, the sales team will have to link it with inventory team, finance team, HR team. Again, HR team will have to get into finance team, inventory team, or sales team, because there is no proper specific department specified with the information or no proper centralized system. In this way, they can have a numerous chances of losing the sale. But if the same company works with a centralized system, in order to overcome the issues of decentralized system, most of the companies are using centralized software. Yes. Nowadays, every company or every MNC, I can say, working with centralized software. That is ERP system. ERP system is Enterprise Resource Planning System. So what happens if a company works with a centralized system? Let's see. If a company utilizes centralized system, the data is preserved at the central location. Yes. at the central location and shared with the other departments, and even the departments will have access to the other departments. Now if a company works with the centralized system, there's no need to sales department link with the inventory department. Sales department itself can have access to that particular product availability if that company or that enterprises work with ERP system. That is what. If a company utilizes centralized system, the data is preserved at the central location and shared with the other departments, and even the departments will have access to other departments. So obviously there will be no risk of loss of sale. So you can see if it is in the ERP system, all the departments will be in one roof, under one roof, and they can have a seamless application or seamless access even to the other departments, and hence they can enhance the productivity and profitability of an organization. Now, let's see what are the benefits of SAP ERP. Yes, when any company implements SAP ERP, what are the benefits? Very keen to know this point. First of all, it is the integrated system. Yes, SAP ERP is one of the integrated system, as we came to know. It integrates the different departments of an organization into one. And there is no redundancy of data. That is, there is no time delay. There is no delay of data. There are no gaps, and especially there is no duplication of work. We don't have any access to get or to entry duplicate. And we have a real-time data information wherein every department will have access to that, and every department will know the product availability, the product efficiency, and even the stock availability. It controls on different business processes. Yes, an ERP system has control on all the business processes. Every module is controlled. A centralized system enhances productivity. Yes, if a company uses any ERP which is centralized, it enhances the productivity. Efficient inventory management. Yes, and if every department is integrated, there is a numerous or the chances of inventory management, efficient inventory management. Quality assurance. Yes, if the product is if they have an enhancement in a productivity, and if there is a proper inventory management, there will be a quality assurance. And obviously the overhead cost, we have direct labor, direct material, and direct expenses at the overhead cost. For every enterprise, there will be a reduction of these overhead costs. And ultimately every enterprise objective is profit. If that company works with an ERP system, ultimately it enhances the profits. Then, as I said, why SAP is in boom? Because it is a software which is customized according to the client specifications. Yes, whatever the client requires, SAP can be customized. For example, SAP insurance module can be customized according to the SAP client can be customized according to the client requirements. In the same way, if the company is into oil and gas, yes, we do have SAP oil and gas, which can be customized according to the client requirements. It is economical. I am not denying the fact that SAP is one of the expensive software in the world right now, but yes, it is economical too. How economical? We'll be seeing in the next sessions. Then it is country and language specific. Yes, as I said, it has been working with 180 different countries. As we are working with 180 different countries, it too has a language specifics also. So we can work on every different language in SAP project, and we do have a concept called translation, where we can translate into that particular language. approach. Let's see how SAP ERP is different from other ERP systems. How SAP is different from Siebel, how SAP is different from Oracle, Ban, JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, etc. So SAP is suitable for all scale of enterprises. Yes, SAP is not limited to the MNCs, not limited to the large scale companies. Even the small scale or a mid scale enterprises can implement SAP. It is a global solution provider. Yes, we have a concept. We have provider called SCN, which is called SAP Global Service Provider, wherein every solution or every question has a solution over there. Every question in SAP has a solution over there. Then it is a most ERP system in SAP, a most ERP required ERP system presently. It is perfect for any business. Yes, any sort of business, as I was narrating an example like oil and gas, insurance, retail banking, investments. Every business process can adopt SAP. And the scalability of software solutions is very wide in SAP. It has got clear roadmaps. Yes, any SAP software has to be implemented on a particular roadmap. Every company or every ERP system has a roadmap. Like we have got a ASAP methodology, one of the roadmap in SAP. We will be learning what exactly is that roadmap. Then it requires fewer customizations. Actually, SAP is customized according to client requirements. So whenever a client requires in his own few specifications, that also can be customized. Then it has got constant developments. Yes, earlier we used to work on ECC. Now presently we have migrated to EHV, and yes, we have even developed as a cloud, that is nothing but S/4HANA, wherein SAP has got drastic constant developments not like other ERPs. Now if you talk about Oracle, Siebel, JD Edwards, Bar, they are not at all in the market right now, but SAP stood fast. Now, as I was talking about a roadmap, so one of the important roadmap in SAP is ASAP methodology, which was actually introduced in 1996, which means Accelerated System Applications and Products Methodology, which consists of 6 phases, wherein every enterprises, whoever implements SAP, has to go through this methodology. So the first phase consists of project preparation phase, which is also called as a discussion phase, wherein all the project in and outs are discussed in this project preparation phase, wherein both the implementation partners and the business will have an agreement. That basic agreement is ASAP. And this agreement consists of the 6 phases. And in the first phase, they'll discuss about the project in and outs, like where to be implemented, what to be implemented, how to be implemented, what is the resources required, what is the implementation process has to be taken. Everything will be discussed, and a temporary kickoff between them happens. So usually it takes minimum of 2 to 2.5 months to complete this discussion phase. Then comes a decision phase, which is also called as BBP. BBP is business blueprint, wherein these are the confidential documents of a business which are given to the implementation process, and the project is decided here, whether the project has to go on, whether the implementation partners have to implement SAP to the client. If yes, what should be the agreement, what should be the implementation cost, and all have to be will be decided here. Then a permanent kickoff between the partners would take place between the implementation partner and client. So usually this would take to 2 to 3 months of time. Then comes realization. So in blueprint, we do all the paperwork, which is nothing but the configuration work, paperwork. And then comes realization phase, which is also called implementation phase. In this, the testing takes place. Once the data or once the paperwork is configured in the servers of SAP. So everything is configured here, implemented in servers of the client. And then once it is implemented, once the total data is implemented, then the testing task takes place. So the quality testing of data. So basically we have unit testing, integration testing, etc. in testing part we will be seeing. So once the testing is done or testing is proved error free, then the final preparation phase. So in final preparation phase, we come across with 4 activities like cutover plan, gap analysis, end user training, and documentation. Cutover plan is like shifting of raw system data to SAP system. So X company implements SAP, but that X company might have been working with some other software all these years. So that software data has to migrate to SAP. So that migration process in SAP is called cutover test or cutover strategy or cutover part. Then comes gap analysis. Yes, gap analysis is nothing but the analysis done between the required data and completed data. We'll be learning about gap analysis in the next sessions. Then comes documentation. Yes, the implementation partner have to prepare a documentation part for each and every configuration, whatever they are implementing in SAP for the further usage of the client. Then comes end user training. Yes, in the agreement itself, both the partners like implementation partner and the business will have an agreement in signing of the project and stating that end users of the company, minimum end users of the company have to get trained on SAP by the implementation partners for a period of time. So that is basically called end user training. So these 4 activities takes place in final preparation. Then comes the go live or production. So here, once the data go live, then the support has to be given by the implementation partners to the business for the further productivity, which is also called support, which we will be also learning in the projects about the support project. Then go live and run. So the day when the project starts. So till 4th or 5th phase, the job of the implementation partner is done, is completed. Then the software is handed over to the client in the 6th phase, wherein the client decides when to go live the project. So nothing but the day the day when the project starts. So it may take time to client to start up because it has to now concentrate or take into consideration different factors of the company, like the recruitment process have to be done, the the payroll has to be increased, the different factors. Can say the resources have to be employed, the capital have to be increased, the system requirements have to be enhanced. So it might take time to a client to release the uh, recruitment process or advertisements and then go live. So basically, SAP methodology consists of 6 phases, which is one of the important roadmap in SAP, which have to be followed by every implementation partner who have to implement SAP. So as I was saying you about gap analysis in final preparation. So it is nothing but, in other words, it is also called as is to be process. As is nothing but the documents which are given by the client. And To be is nothing but the documents which have to be prepared by the implementation partner. So basically this is called as is to be process. And it is an analysis done between as is and to be data. So the analysis between the as is documents and the to be documents is also called as gap analysis. In other words, the difference between the required data, the company's or the client required data, and the completed data, nothing but the completed data by the implementation partner. So whatever the gap between that, that is called gap analysis. So here required data is nothing but the client requirement, and completed data is nothing but the implementation partner have to complete the data after quality testing. Now let's see what are the different projects in SAP. What are the different projects in SAP? So basically, there are 5 projects in SAP, that is end-to-end implementation project, support project, which is nothing but the rectifying errors or rectifying tickets, enhancement project, or you can also call it as enhancing the versions or the features of the project. Then we have got upgrade or migration project, nothing but upgrading from one version to another version, or from migrating from one layer to the another layer. Then we have got a rollout project, which is nothing but country reassignment, like assigning the same project to a different country with few different specifications or with few additions. So, a experienced candidate should have been done one of these projects. So, a 3 years experience candidate or a student or a candidate should have been done at least one end-to-end implementation project or one support project. So again, I'm telling end-to-end implementation is nothing but a candidate who have completed the total ASAP methodology, who was in the company right from project preparation phase to go live and run. Now let's see the different projects we have learnt about different projects. Now let us concentrate on the point called roles and responsibilities of a consultant. Yes, what are the roles and responsibilities of different consultants in SAP? So SAP has got different roles. As we have come to know the technical consultants, we have got basis, ABAP. Basis is Business Administrative System Integrated Solutions. ABAP, as I was saying you, Advanced Business Application Programming. So, what is the main role of this consultants? Let us see. What are the main? So, let's see what are the different roles and responsibilities of technical consultants, like basis, business administrative system integrated solutions. And the main role of a basis consultant is to configure user ID and passwords, server authorizations, server installations, client copy, screen authorizations, etc. So it is nothing but an admin job, system admin job. So how a normal business will have a system admin job here, in SAP, basis consultant will have to work on that particular job. So the main role of a basis consultant is to configure user ID passwords, server authorization, installations, client copy, screen authorizations, etc. ABAP. ABAP is Advanced Business Application Programming. And the main role of an ABAPer is to code and execute programs, and debugging is a main concept or is a main role of an ABAPer. Debugging is nothing but debugging the program errors, and report creation is a main role of a ABAPer. Then comes functional consultants, the role of a functional consultant. Main role of a functional consultant is to configure company and company code. Very, very keen to understand, and it is one of the core important functional module in SAP. It is like configuring company and company code and maintain financial reports of an organization. Yes, the main role of a FICO consultant is to configure company and company code and maintain financial reports of an organization. HRM, Human Resource Management. The main role of a HR consultant is to maintain organizational data, nothing but the personal data. The personal data of a company is maintained by an HR consultant. SD, Sales and Distribution. The main role of a SD consultant is to maintain receivables data of an organization. Receivables here is nothing but the customer's data or the order to process data, which is also called O2C cycle in SAP. MM is materials management, where the main role of a MM consultant is to maintain payables data, nothing but the vendor process, supplier process, and the procurement data of an organization. So these are the different roles and responsibilities of a consultant. Now let's see what are the screens in SAP. So what are the different types of screens available in SAP? So basically we have got two main screens, which is called SAP Easy Access screen and SPRO screen. SAP Easy Access has got the other name, which is nothing but front-end screen, client screen, end user screen, or execution screen. So as we get into the user ID passwords, as we get into the software, we will be navigating into the SAP Easy Access screen first. Then through SAP Easy Access or through front-end screen, we will be navigating into back-end screen, which is also called SPRO, which has otherwise called as customization screen, consultant screen, configuration screen, or registration screen. So SPRO is SAP Project Referential Object or SAP Project Reference Object. In SAP, we have got two types of versions or two types of softwares. One is nothing but IDES and other one is non-IDES. IDES is International Demonstrative Educational or Evaluation System. IDES is nothing but International Demonstrative Educational Evaluation System. So non-IDS is what the most of the companies or corporates work upon. IDS is the demo version of a company or demo version of SAP. So every institute or every training or every educational institute will work on IDS server. IDS is like demonstrative server or nothing but the education server in SAP. Non-IDS is what? Wherein it is not for demo purpose, it is a live data work upon it, or you can call it as production server. So every company or every corporate will work on non-IDS, and every training or every education training institutes will work on demo server, which is called IDES. Then we have a concept called IMG. IMG is Implementation Maintenance Guide. And the part for SPRO is, as I said, to get into backend screen, first of all, we have to get into front end screen. Through front end, we will get into backend. So basically, through front end SAP screen, we will get into SPRO screen, and the path for the same is SAP Easy Access, Tools, Customizing, IMG, SPRO. We will be seeing in our practical session how to get here. Then, what is a present technology or architecture or server we are working on? So present technology is R3 or ECC technology. R3 is nothing but real-time data processing client server 3-tier architecture. So presently we are working on R3 or ECC. So it is real-time data processing client server, three-tier architecture. So three-tier architecture here is application or presentation layer, implementation layer, database. So application is what? Where the configurations of SAP takes place. Implementation is the quality testing or the realization takes place, and database is what? Where the data is saved for the retrieval purpose. Now let's see what is a system landscape in SAP. Every SAP system has got a landscape wherein every system will be working on a landscape method. So every typical business in SAP has got three system landscape. It's a technical thing to know, but yes, we will have an overview of this. So it would be a three system landscape: development server, quality server, and production server. So development server here is nothing but the configurations of SAP takes place in development server. Quality server. Once the configuration of SAP has been done, it is transported to quality server for the quality testing. So in SAP, we have got two types of testings, basically unit testing, integration testing. Unit testing is what? Where each unit of the SAP modules are tested. For example, when we talk about SAP FICO, we have got different units like general ledgers, accounts payable, accounts receivable, taxation, asset accounting, etc. So testing of this each unit is called unit testing. Integration testing is what? Testing of any two modules at a stretch. For example, testing of FICO and HR. If that modules proves error free, then there is no scope or no more scope to enter into or to go for other testings. With that two testing, with that integration testing itself, the project can go live. Then the production server, it is nothing but the live system. So once the data is configured, it is transported to quality testing for testing purpose. Once the testing has been done, it will be transported to the production server, nothing but the live data. So in SAP, the data is transported. Here transporting is nothing but migrating, shifting. So in SAP, the data can be transported from development to quality to production, but it cannot be in a vice versa mode. Okay, so this is all about your system landscape method, and this is the I can say a history of SAP, wherein before we getting into practical part of SAP, we as a student have to learn about it or know about this concepts prior. Okay, any doubt? Reach us at info at the Uplatz at the rate of Uplatz and the website. In our next session, we will be learning about the how to work on SAP software, how to log into SAP, and how to work in SAP software. Thank you. Have a nice day.